welcome to Biddeford Ice Arena. I'm Zach Duranko here for varsity boys hockey action between the home team, the 9-2 Thorn Academy Golden Trojans, and the away team, the Brunswick Dragons, who are 8-0-1. We are a little bit short crew here today on TATV, but so I will be solo on the announcing tonight, but we still have two other very important people here helping us out. That is Josh Pulsfer on tech and Troy Bolduc, as always, on camera. It's a great matchup between Thorn Academy, who's had such a great season so far. We followed them throughout the last couple of weeks. Brunswick in Class B, a class below Thorn Academy, but is still a tough opponent. They have not lost this year. That one on their record is a tie to Cheverus Yarmouth. We'll look at Thorn Academy first in this game. Thorn Academy lost to Falmouth on Thursday. It's the second time they've lost to Falmouth this year. They started off a couple weeks ago with a 5-2 loss. That was here at Biddeford Ice Arena, and their loss on Thursday was at Falmouth, a 6-3 loss, tough loss for Thorn Academy, who was trying to go undefeated or stay with that one loss this season. Giving up a lot of goals to Falmouth, but other than that, have been a very, very strong team, high goal-scoring team. 4.3 goals per game, only allowing 2.3, and it is the first class crossover matchup for Thorn Academy this year. The only common opponent between Thorn Academy and Cape Elizabeth is, between Thorn Academy and Brunswick is Cape Elizabeth. TA won their matchup against Cape 3-0 in a shutout win. Brunswick won it 4-1. Brunswick is also a high-scoring team. We'll look at them real quick. They are scoring 5.2 goals per game and allowing only 2 goals per game. They have beaten Leavitt 2 times, both by a score of 6-1. They've beaten Camden Hills 7-5, Kennebunk twice, 5-2 and 9-2, Gorham once 5-2, Cape Elizabeth, as I said, 4-1, and they just recently beat Hampton Academy 2-1 this past week. They tied Cheverus Yarmouth earlier in the season. They have a dominant offense and a couple of great players. And you may have heard this Brunswick Dragons team, heard about them before. They won the Class B state championship last year and pretty much ran through all of Class B last year. They won the state championship in a shutout win, 2-0 over Camden Hills. So it's going to be a tough matchup for Thorn Academy, and it's tough to bring momentum into a game like this when you just lost to a team like Falmouth and when you're looking for a big win. We'll try to come in with some vengeance. Looking at both teams tonight, no injuries for Thorn Academy, no issues there. Brunswick, same as always. And Brunswick with some specialty jerseys tonight. We'll take a look at those later, but they it's like a fire style jersey with the Dragons name across the chest. Looking at some of the stats for Thorn Academy, Kyle Lasser leads the team in points with 19 and assists with 13. He has a point in every game this season except for one. That's why he's a captain and one of the strong seniors on this team. We look at the highest goal scorer for Thorn Academy. That's Brady Pecora, a sophomore. He has 9 goals, 2 assists, and 11 points in 11 games played. 2 games with 2 or more goals this season for Brady Pecora. And the star captain defenseman, that's Lucas Hubbard. He's got 11 points, 2 goals, and 9 assists for the Trojans in 11 games. He leads all defensemen in assists and points. And the goalie getting the start tonight is Drew Johnson. Porter Krause started against Falmouth. Drew Johnson is 5-1 this year with a 2.17 goals against average and a .908 save percentage. But those numbers don't do him justice for how great he's played against some of these big teams. And he will have a tough test tonight. Looking at the stats of Brunswick, the Brunswick Dragons, they're led by A.J. Wolverton, who has 11 goals, 11 assists, and 22 points in 9 games. All those stats lead the Dragons. Their goalie in net, Luke Patterson, 8-0-1 this season, has started every game. He has a 1.90 goals against average and a .927 save percentage. So a goalie matchup definitely tonight. Before we get any further through the starting lineups, want to thanks from our sponsors here on Thorn Academy Television. I want to thank Saco and Biddeford Savings, Paquin and Carroll Insurance, and the Webb Family Law Firm, who host our pregame and postgame show. And we have another sponsor, that is Topic Mobile Ice Cream Cart. They host usually our halftimes, but obviously we're not playing a sport with a halftime. So they will sponsor our icings tonight. You'll hear a lot about Topic as we get on, and to look at our upcoming streaming schedule before the starting lineups. On Wednesday, a huge matchup for the girls basketball team, who remains undefeated after a win last night against Gorham in the Hoops for Hope game. They play Cheverus on Wednesday. Cheverus lost today to Oxford Hills, but is still a Class AA North contender, so that'll be a big one to watch. That's Wednesday, January 25th at 6 p.m., and then we have a pretty good break, good week or two between the next couple of games. We'll have girls basketball again versus Bonnie Eagle. That'll be on Tuesday, February 7th at 6 p.m. So a little bit of a break for us after that game on Wednesday. After we've done a lot of games in January, we'll look at the Brunswick starters first. Nick Morrow starts on the left wing for the Brunswick Dragons. He's had a good season. Morrow, 10 goals, 8 assists in 9 games played. See Zach Stern-Hayes, who's tied for first on this team with a plus-minus of 21. And then number 14, AJ Wolverton. So Brunswick stacking up their first line with their 3 best offensive players. On defense, we see number 11, Brady LaForge, and number 3, Ethan Patterson. Luke Patterson, one of the captains, or assistant captains, as I should say, is the starter for goalie. Looking at Thornton Academy, same lines as always. And tonight they will go with their second line, who has been a point-productive line this year. Shane Bergeron on the right side. In the center. Oh, we'll read Evan Bodette first. Evan Bodette, the left winger. And in center, we'll have Brady Pecora. Pecora's been definitely the bright star this year for the Trojans. As a sophomore, his first year on varsity. Lucas Hubbard and Heath McLean, both captains. A quad captain situation this year. And in goal is Drew Johnson. Thornton Academy looking at the schedule coming up for them after this game. They will play South Portland. Again, they beat them 8-1 earlier in the year. We did that game on TATV. Then they played Lake Region, Oxford Hills, then Lewiston, and they'll finish up on a 3-game road trip with Greeley, Scarborough, and Mount Ararat. And now, before we get any further, we'll have the national anthem here at Biddeford Ice Arena. Here we go from Biddeford Ice Arena. Again, I'm Zach Tarenko here on TATV. Also with us is Josh Pulsfer on tech. He had a very fun-filled day of athletics. He coached his son's flag football team just before this game at XL Sports in Saco. And if I remember this correctly, your son did score? Yes, he did. He scored, which is good for him. Troy is with us on camera, as always. He did not miss this one, which we were concerned about last night. We were talking about, Troy, you can't miss a game, but he's here as always. Can never forget Troy. Jeff Christianberry still in Florida, and Cole Purvis is at a track meet, so at least Cole has a good excuse. Jeff, on the other hand, missing this game for sunny Florida. But as we get set to go here, we'll look at the lines for Thornton Academy. As I said, the same as always, but if you're joining us for the first time, I'll let you know what they are. First line is Jacob Marcotte on the left, Kyle Lester in the center, and Gavin Pellard on the right side. The starting lineup, as was said by Don Bodette, the PA announcer for these games. Evan Bodette on the left side, his son. And in the center, Brady Pecora, and on the right side, Shane Bergeron. The third line is Alex Alonso, Gavin Corson, and Cam Sear. The fourth line is Jake Skillings, Trevor Perry, and Thomas Verwalt. The defensemen, the two captains, two of the four captains, Heath McLean and Lucas Hubbard at the first pairing, Brady Corson and Jake Ferron, the second pairing, and Cash Adams and Braden Duhane. As the third pairing, Drew Johnson in goal. We're set to get go here. Let's get going. TA going right to left on your screen. Brunswick going left to right in their flame uniforms. And here we go. TA 9-2, Brunswick 0-8-1. First pass, face-off is one. Hubbard had it, tried to give it to Bodette. Bodette will just flip it in behind. Luke Patterson was there. He tried to clear the puck out. Now here comes Brunswick on the side. This is Stern Hayes. Brunswick is a good chance for a 2-on-1 right off the bat. Looking for the cross-ice pass. A shot on Johnson, a save. That shot came from A.J. Wolverton. Wolverton setting up in the center, trying to get a tip in front. Brunswick playing some aggressive hockey early on, trying to get pucks to the net. Bodette gets that puck on the turnover. A quick shot comes out in front. Wolverton trying to get an extra shot. Stick battle between Heath McLean and Stern Hayes, won by McLean. Now McLean looking to set the breakout. Here's Bodette. Switches it across to Hubbard, and now Thorne Academy can clear from their own defensive zone. This one sent all the way down. No icing called by the referee, so it'll be picked up by Ethan Patterson. Patterson now. Good move on Marcotte. Marcotte spins around trying to return back. This one goes right to Brady Corson. Took it in the glove, and a little miscue there from Johnson. Florent wanted him to pick up the puck. He didn't know that. He will eventually pick that up, and we'll have a face-off now to the left of Drew Johnson. Face-off won by Thorne Academy, won both the face-offs so far. Here's Jake Florent. Florent, 5 assists this year, no goals, but he has speed, he has power, and he's been a big hitter on the defense, something that TA doesn't have from a lot of other players. They have a smaller team, but Jake Florent's been a big part of this team's physical game, especially in the big matchups against teams like Falmouth and Scarborough, and hopefully tonight against the Dragons of Brunswick. Now trying to clear the zone, but it's kept in by Avery Tatham. Pellerin trying to play it down now. Here's a chance for a break. Kyle Lasser crossing mid-ice and through the neutral zone. Lasser enters, now gives it to Pellerin. Pellerin will take a shot. He tried to pass instead. This one's taken away by Sid Poles. Sid Poles dumps it in. Drew Johnson taps it to the boards behind him. Now McLean in front of the net, gives it off to Hubbard. Hubbard couldn't control it, and now here's Max Stadnicki into the corner. Stadnicki. Hubbard wins it from him. Hubbard, good move. TA playing with the puck a lot in their own defensive zone. Here's Brady LaForge. The first lines are back out for Brunswick. Puck is behind the net. Now Cam Sear trying to clear. Here's Heath McLean. Evan Zavitz is on him. Alonzo can't clear the zone, kept back in by James Bowen, a sophomore forward for Brunswick. Now crossing the zone, Hubbard. Almost got run into there by number 19, Nick Morrow. Morrow's had a great season for Brunswick so far. Big check there from Alex Alonzo. And Brunswick will dump into the zone. There was an offside call, so they have to touch up there before getting back in. This one's cleared in front of the Brunswick end, kept in by Cam Sear. Sear trying to put a stick out, he can't get it down in time. Brunswick will go the length of the ice. Ref calls on their tip, so no icing yet. Here's Brady Corson. Continuous play so far since that last face-off. In front of Drew Johnson, now entering the zone. Cam Sear will take a shot, and a high one. It's going over the bar, but Patterson put his glove up and gives it off to his defenseman. Now here comes Stern Hayes. Throws it now. Johnson will do the same, but instead this time he covers up, as flying in was A.J. Wolverton. So after that cover, still 0-0, 11:23 to go. Lots of offense from Brunswick so far. The only team TA has faced this year that has scored more goals per game than they have. Again, Brunswick's at 5.2 goals per game, and Thorne Academy's at 4.3. Brunswick's also played less games than Thorne Academy, so the records don't truly match up yet, as Thorne Academy is 9-2 in 11 games, and Brunswick is 0-8-1. And again, that one is a tie. They played one overtime. That's offside, and that was Avery Tatham, who tried to keep play going, but he could not. Brunswick playing in Class B. TA's in Class A. And this is the first cross-class matchup that TA has played this year. If I have this correct, it's the only one. They're going to have a chance for in front. That shot came from Max Stadnicki. Johnson got his pad on it before it could go in. Now there's a chance as TA's defense was trying to unload the pressure and leave the zone. Here's Bodette now. He's going to cross it to Bergeron, and here goes Shane Bergeron. Shane Bergeron will take a hard wrister and a save there from Patterson. He will hold on to that one, and we'll have a face-off for the first time in front of Luke Patterson as the lines change for both teams. All of TA's captains have contributed well this year in the points for this team. On defense, Heath McLean has 4 goals and 4 assists. Hubbard, as I said earlier in the pregame, has 2 goals, 9 assists, and 11 points. Now Brunswick, that's a hard cross-ice pass. A couple of players go down. It's kept in the zone. Alonzo fell to the ice, and this one will go past the blue line in TA's zone. McLean will give it to Hubbard. Hubbard cuts back. Now it's a great pass to Alonzo. Alonzo will try to put one on net. TA trying to get as many shots off as they can early in this game. There's Alonzo defending. Brunswick sending on a check. That was to Kalen Gerwig, a junior. Here's Cam Sear, put one on net. Patterson easily taps that aside with the blade of his stick. Fighting for in the corner by himself is Gavin Corson, the younger brother of defenseman Brady Corson. Gavin's first year on varsity, Brady's second year. Brady is a senior. Here's Jacob Marcotte. Good move by Marcotte, but defended well by Brunswick, and trying to clear that one was James Bowen. It goes to the far side and then kept in by Heath McLean. Here's Gavin Pellerin. Pellerin, good move. He stick checked. That's a great stick check there from Brady LaForge. They try to clear. TA touches out, no offsides. Here's Kyle Lasser. Lasser will shoot, a save by Patterson, and he taps that one aside before Lasser can get the rebound. Good chance there for Kyle Lasser. He has a very heavy shot. Now here's a chance for Nick Morrow. Now a shot comes in. Johnson is saved. That shot was from Stern Hayes. Johnson's flashed up had a few times already in the first period. 9:12 to go in the first. Here's Hubbard. Again looking for that cross ice pass. This time he'll just dump it off to Lafleur. Lafleur now. Lafleur tries to put one on net off the skate of number 23. That's Avery Tatum. Pellerin fighting for it with Stern Hayes, who has a clear height advantage on Pellerin. This puck will go down the length of the ice, and they're going to call no icing. It looked like that's what it called that to me, but Brady Corson was able to get to it in time. Now here's Evan Bodette with some speed. Bodette trying to fight through 3 guys. Lasser will throw it on net, and sliding out, it's going to go over, and it's a goal. Kyle Lasser will get credited with the goal. Patterson's arguing. He thinks he had it covered. Lasser put it on net. Evan Bodette came through because he could not stop his momentum. And then Lasser just tapped it over him because Patterson didn't look like he had control. Brunswick is not happy with that. I'm not sure if he did have full possession. But as it stands now, Thornton Academy gets on the board. Lucky play there. And it'll be Kyle Lasser with the first goal. Assist from Evan Bodette. Thornton Academy's on the board early. It's on the skate of Brady Corson. Goes right back to Brunswick. Now trying to cross the puck. I wasn't the only one confused by that play, as the fans did not know of it either. Now here's Evan Bodette entering the zone. He takes the check. Bodette was looking for the puck. Now here's Shane Bergeron. Bergeron will throw it on net. Patterson a save, and he'll hold that one to the ice. It'll be another face-off in front of Patterson. It seems like most people in here are in shock as well. It seemed like Patterson was going to hold on to it, and it wasn't going to go anywhere. But it flipped over him, and Lasser scores. Thornton Academy takes an early lead. This is a big lead for the Trojans, as they come in as, they look like somewhat of an underdog, as Brunswick has just had such a great year so far, and TA coming off a tough loss to Falmouth. McLean keeps it in the zone. Now it goes behind Patterson, and there for it is Evan Zavitz. Zavitz trying to clear the zone. Heath McLean keeps in. He'll throw it on net. Patted down by Patterson. Good thing Sid Poles was there for Brunswick, or Cam Sear would have had a wide open net. Here's McLean getting to it first. Max Studnicki putting pressure on. Now Gavin Corson behind the net. Trying to dump out of the zone. He does. Brunswick no need to try to keep that one in. Good defense here by Cam Sear. Now here's Alex Alonso entering the zone. Alonso rides the bench in front of Brunswick as he was checked into them. Pecora coming off the bench, got the puck, went right to him. Now here comes Brady Pecora. Pecora speeding through. Good move, Pecora. He slides down. His shot is a save by Patterson. He fell down, slipped up there, still got a shot off. Great athleticism there from Brady Pecora. Patterson will hold. Under 7 minutes to go in the first period. If you're just joining us, Thorn Academy with a goal from Kyle Lasur, assisted from Evan Beaudet. And it's actually a penalty. Yep, his first power play of the day. It didn't look like it from me up here, but a tripping call. That's Brady Pecora. Got that one. So the first power play for Thorn Academy. Lasur loses the face-off, and now here comes Studnicki. Studnicki tried a backhand pass, now entering the zone. A chance for a shot over the crossbar. Beaudet putting the check on McLean. It was too far out of his reach. Wolverton is out here. Sid Poles gets the penalty. 2-minute minor tripping on Brady Pecora. Now Beaudet enters the zone. Beaudet lost it in his skates. He throws it in behind. But the first one there will be Brady LaForge. LaForge trying to clear, kept in by McLean. Wolverton flips it. Hubbard, great save. Now here's Beaudet. Beaudet now over, a chance for a shot. Heath McLean and a save by Luke Patterson. He will hold. 1:19 to go on the TA power play. 6:11 to go in the first. Thorn Academy. Good offense since their goal. Kind of took the momentum away from Brunswick. Don't let that fool you. This is going to be a good game. That is Kyle Lasur's 7th goal of the season and his 20th point. The first player on his team to reach 20 points. Here's a shot from Hubbard, a save by Patterson. The rebound, Beaudet couldn't get it on the close post. He'll go behind the net instead, and now TA will try to set up, play somewhat of an umbrella. But again, when you're on the power play, things change. People move around. Can't always stay in formation. Their power play has struggled this year, not the best. Only scored 2 power play goals. Trying to keep it in. Here's Brady Corson. It's flipped behind the net by Stern Hayes. It goes right to Jake Florent. Florent now trying to move through 2 players. Wolverton gets the better of that battle, and he's trying to clear. No one can seem to get full control of the puck here. We'll see what happens, and now it's back to Jake Florent. Florent shot patted aside by Patterson. Patterson, a great job so far. That goal, really not much he can do about it. Beaudet put pressure on. He just couldn't get full control. So it goes back into the corner for Pellerin. Pellerin will go back to Brady Corson. Corson, Florent tried a slap shot. He broke his stick earlier in the season on a similar slap shot on the power play, and this one cleared the length of the ice by Brunswick. And with 5 seconds to go, Florent will take it behind the net, and he'll have to see where his options are. He'll send it over to Brady Corson. Lost it in his skates, but was able to regain possession. Now fighting for it near the red line. Sent in behind, and with speed now goes Max Studnicki. Good check by Brady Corson. He gets the puck. Cam Sear. Now here's Ethan Patterson. Sending it over, taken away by Cam Sear. Now a chance for a 3-on-2. There'll be a 2-on-2 instead. Cam Sear, as Gavin Corson was tracking back, now entering the zone. Here goes Jake Reeves. Reeves looking over for his line partner, Kennedy Eddy. Now here's Alex Alonso. He sends it in the zone, and he will change quickly. Ethan Patterson fighting off a few TA forwards. He gets it in behind, and now TA will change. Brunswick is not, so Brunswick going to try a zone breakout. Now here's a chance for Stern Hayes. Hubbard wins the puck, sends it forward. Beaudet has it, but there's 3 defensemen in front of him. Beaudet will flip it up over both defensemen, now going behind to grab it. Ethan Patterson lost it to Beaudet. Beaudet looks for a pass. Couldn't get it off in time. Pecora sends it off the boards. Hubbard now back to Pecora. Good vision there from Hubbard. Saw the pressure coming. Now behind the net. Here's Avery Tatum. We do apologize as when the puck goes into the low corners, you just can't see it from this angle. We've tried to find better angles, but it's just the way that this building is created. So we apologize. In the corner sometimes you won't be able to see the full play, but we'll do our best to make sure you get full coverage. McLean keeps it in. He'll take a shot. Patted aside by Luke Patterson. Hubbard now back to McLean. McLean over to Bergeron. The pass in front. A save by Luke Patterson. And then a check comes in from Brunswick. Down went Brady Pecora, and Beaudet given a couple of shoves as well. Patterson with a great pad stop. And then Brady Pecora did see the puck cover, didn't hear a whistle. He put his stick in there, and Brunswick was not happy. Not sure if there's any calls here. Looks like should be just 5-on-5. In high school hockey, fighting and roughing is not tolerated. So refs are not. Oh, here goes Pecora to the box. So Pecora's going to get a penalty for what I believe to be roughing. We'll hear Don Beaudet. Oh, it's going to be a 4-on. It's a 4-on-4. They're matching. Oh, I guess it's not. There's a Brunswick player in the box. Oh, it is 5-on-5. Lots of confusion here. It looks like. Yeah, so it is 5-on-5. They're going to call matching roughing penalties. And they're going to stay 5-on-5. So no power play for either team. Well, the refs had me fooled. Bad giveaway there by LeSueur, but Braden Duhane did a great job to recover as Stern Hayes almost had a wide open chance there. Brunswick going to have a great team next year as well. Most of their best players are all juniors. Here goes Kyle LeSueur with the breakout. LeSueur enters the zone, spins around, trying to give it off. Wolverton is taken out of the play. No interference call. Here's Jake Marcotte. Marcotte to Beaudet. And there's a big hip check there on Gavin Pellerin. That one came from Stern Hayes. Pretty aggressive battle between the two teams. As Tia holds the 1-0 lead. We're under 2 minutes to go. Jake Florent. Here goes Florent now with speed. Good movement by Florent. Enters the zone. Florent, good movement. Tried a shot. Patted away. Still had some good power on that one, even though he couldn't get a full blade on that shot. Now LeSueur puts it back in for Jake Marcotte. He's pushed off the puck and then cleared. Lost in his skates, so LeSueur has to reset, and tough pass out of McLean. Couple of changes, and now here goes LeSueur. Good wrap around with his defenseman, McLean. McLean shoots, blocked aside. McLean looking for another chance. Goes back to Hubbard. Hubbard right over the blade of his stick. Almost a good chance for a shot there. TA passes to Gavin Corson. Could have been an extra man on the ice penalty, but no interference with the play, so we'll keep going. Now we've hit a minute to go. There goes Gavin Corson. Shane Bergeron's there to follow. This one's flipped back out to Heath McLean, and a huge check. That one came from Jake Reeves, and that one's into the Brunswick bench and out of play. Face-off with 51.9 seconds to go. TA, the only goal right now coming from Kyle LeSueur. A lucky bounce. And again, that's LeSueur's 20th point of the season, his 7th goal. And the stat I gave earlier remains. He has a point in every game this season except for one, and that one game happened to be the 2-0 win over Bangor. So he didn't score or assist a goal in a low-scoring game. Here's McLean. We'll throw one on net. Patterson made a save. Bergeron had a chance for a rebound. Now here's Pecora trying to keep it in the zone. He does. Bergeron spinning around. Will throw one off of Wolverton. Wolverton ate a big block there, and then Hubbard threw it on net. Saved by Patterson, and he will hold. 20.5 seconds to go now. TA racking up the shots here. Don't have an official count, but both teams, it's been more of the offense than defense. First line out there for the Brunswick Dragons, and together they have a combined 48 points this season. Excuse me, not more than that. They have a combined 55 points this season. Stern, Hayes, Wolverton, and Morrow. Here's McLean, throws it on net. That was just wide of the post. McLean has been racking up the shots in the last few games. He has scored a few goals in the last two, and that'll do it for the first period. Here on TATV, we'll be back for some thoughts and then the second period of action.
Hey, Dan, how's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
I chose to attend TAMS because it was a change of scenery. It was a much smaller school.
Because of the amazing teachers.
How small it is and the community about it and how everybody knows each other.
You can know all the kids here, so it makes it much more easier to make friends.
They just get you ready for high school.
TAMS is special.
TAMS is amazing.
TAMS is fabulous.
TAMS is fun.
TAMS feels like a family.
back here on TATV as the second is just about to get going there. We were a little short from coming back, but that's okay. I did run up the stairs. I was, preparing myself, getting the stats, figuring it all out, like always. Back on TATV alongside Josh Pulsifer and Troy Bullock on tech and camera. Thornton County with a 1-0 lead. Goal came from Kyle Lasser. Just with about 7 or 8 minutes to go in the first period. It was kind of a chip over play. Wasn't really the most advanced goal, but it's one that counts. And as we go now, TA going left to right on your screen, and Brunswick going right to left. Face off in front of Patterson. I want to give a shout out to some people watching on the Facebook and YouTube. Someone's watching from Bonita Springs, Florida. There's also somebody watching from Medford, Long Island, New York. There we go. I was just in New York a few days ago for the Bruins-Rangers game. Bruins won that one, and my dad, who is a Rangers fan, was not happy. Here's Hubbard. Pecora now to Bergeron, trying to put it forward to Pecora. Bodette tried a turnaround pass, but he couldn't hold on to it. Now, with a great move, it's Wolverton, and Hubbard dove down to take Wolverton out of the play, and it was a great play there from Hubbard. Wolverton blocks it down, now looks for a pass out in front, and that was Stern Hayes who couldn't control it. Now Stern Hayes on the net. Hubbard trying to clear. Wolverton puts it down in the corner. Good defense there, and a two-arm push by Bergeron. Could have been a cross-check. Nothing there. McLean blocks that one from going to the net. It was going wide anyways. The shot came from Ethan Patterson. Now Pecora trying to put it forward. Patterson didn't see the puck, and offside was Shane Bergeron. Now Brunswick trying to enter the zone. Here goes Brady LaForge. LaForge dumps it in behind Johnson. And here's Hubbard. Trying to tap it in front. Here's Stern Hayes' shot, and Florent blocks that one, and Florent goes down. That one's gotta hurt. He ate that one right off the leg in front, but now here's a 2-on-1 chance. Lasser tried to put it around the defenseman. Marcott's the only one there. Here's Pellerin. Gavin Pellerin going around, tried to put it in front for somebody, but nobody was there. Garrett Countway trying to clear the zone. Here's Tatum. Tatum over to Jake Reeves. Reeves dumps it in for Brady Corson. Now here's Corson. Good turn by Corson. And another great move. Here's Marcotte. Backhand. He flipped it out. Brunswick kept it in. Back and forth right now. Both teams can't really get strong entries or control of the puck in the neutral zone or even in the offensive zone. Here's Corson. Sends it across for Duhane. Duhane kept it in the zone. That was almost offside. Duhane now will throw it on net. A slap shot and a save off the pad. The left pad of Luke Patterson. Now in is Pellerin. Defended by Tatum. Pellerin. Good movement. Pellerin's got a chance for it. Throws it behind to Lasser. Duhane. And that one's padded off the high glass. They're going to say didn't go out of play. Brady Corson now over to Duhane. Throws another one on net. Bounces a couple times. Lasser tried to put it between his legs. Could get on net. Now Brady Corson's shot is gloved high by Luke Patterson. So a couple of big chances there for Thornton County, but they cannot convert. 11:57 to go in the second period. It's still 1-0 TA, and both teams will change. Looking at our upcoming streaming schedule in the next few weeks, we've got girls basketball versus Cheverus, probably the biggest matchup we've had so far on TATV. That's Wednesday the 25th at 6 p.m. As girls basketball tries to stay undefeated. A shot there from Cam Sear was just wide. And then on February 7th at 6 p.m. we'll have girls basketball again versus Bonnie Eagle as Cam Sear gets another shot off. That one saved again by Luke Patterson, who's having a fantastic day right now as TA continues to put on the pressure. Well, we have a second. I want to take a chance to look at these jerseys. I mean, these are something. I don't usually give lots of love to other teams when they're playing TA, just because I go to TA. I'm a fan at heart, but these jerseys are something else. I mean, these are very, very well designed. I like the flames. It goes well with the fact that they are a dragon. It's a good design. And they picked a good game to wear them. Now traveling back into his own defensive zone. Here's Brady LaForge. LaForge gives it off to Ethan Patterson. He gives it to LaForge, and now Brunswick trying to set up some kind of play. Kept in by the Trojans. Brady Pecora trying to save it. Now here goes Stern Hayes. Good move around Hubbard. Hubbard fell down. Stern Hayes shoots, and a great glove save there by Johnson. Flash in the glove on Stern Hayes. He'll hold on to it. It'll be a face-off in front of Drew Johnson. Wolverton and Lasser. Lasser wins the face-off. Wolverton has definitely shown his presence so far. So we haven't seen much of his Nick Morrow. Here's Pellerin. Good move by Pellerin through the legs of Ethan Patterson. Patterson was able to stop him on defense. Here's Pellerin. Gives it back to Florent. Florent lost control and a takeaway here. Brady Corson, great stick lift. Brady Corson, great defensive move there on Jake Reeves to keep that one from being a breakaway. Brady Corson off his skate, now going forward with it. Puts it in behind, no icing. Surprisingly, not many icings so far in this game. I believe there's only been one. Here's Kyle Lasser. This shows you how good of a matchup this is with two great teams, that they're not icing the puck. They're doing a great job playing the jump and chase strategy, not giving the puck up or just feeling the need to clear the puck out of the zone. Off the back of Max Stadnicki, and now here goes Brunswick back into the offensive zone behind Drew Johnson. Florent is pressure on, he lays a huge check there, and now here goes Lasser to take it away. Lasser past the red line, try to put it around the defenseman, but a great play by Sid Poles to keep that play alive for the Brunswick Dragons. Here's Corson. Here's a shot from Bergeron, patted down and then gloved by Luke Patterson. Both Pattersons for Brunswick having a big impact. Gavin Corson and James Bowen to take the face-off. Won by Brunswick and kept in by McLean. McLean took that one right away from Max Stadnicki. Cam Sear drops it back to Lucas Hubbard. Throws one on net, tipped by Alonso, and then a shot from Gavin Corson on a defender's leg and wide. Almost got a lucky bounce there again. Then Duhane could not control it. It went out of the zone. He'll throw it in. TA comes back to touch up. They'll go back into the zone to put pressure on Brunswick. Now Brunswick trying to clear. Defensive zone play has been better for the Brunswick Dragons, but the entries into the neutral zone and offensive zone have been a lot better in the second period for Thorne Academy. They've taken over here, as Brunswick really had most of the control in the first. Here's Cam Sear with a shot. Gloved low there by Patterson, and he'll hold yet again. 8:47 to go. TA still 1-0 lead. I'm Zach Taranko here with Josh Pulsfer on tech. Troy Bolduck on camera, bringing you boys varsity hockey action. A cross-class matchup between TA, who's in Class A, and Brunswick, who's in Class B. Brunswick looking to go back-to-back with state champions. They won last year for Camden Hills. Thorne Academy, as many know, lost to Scarborough 2-1 in double overtime in the state championship. A tough loss, but they're looking to get back there again this year. McLean gloves it down and enters the zone. McLean has very good stick handles, but it's taken away by Wolverton. Wolverton, now here's Stern Hayes. Now a chance almost for Nick Morrow. Couldn't get the puck down. Hubbard now out to Evan Bodette. And Bodette has Shane Bergeron. Shane Bergeron entering the zone, try to move. Good defense by Sid Poles. Evan Bodette now behind the net. Good defense by the Brunswick Dragons, and Wolverton will clear back out to the red line where Lucas Hubbard is waiting for it. He gives it over to McLean. It's too far and had a little too much power on that pass. Sticked in the hand was Wolverton. He's furious. not happy, threw his hands up immediately. That pass coming from Nick Morrow was too far for Stern Hayes, but then Hubbard couldn't control it. And a huge check by Stern Hayes on Hubbard. Big height advantage. The two of them are going after it a little bit here after the play. Now Bodette. Brunswick trying to be aggressive. They're definitely won the physical battle so far. They're trying to see if that can help them get some offensive advantage. This one is off the pad and the glove of Patterson and to the side. Lasser keeping it in the zone. Bodette will go off. They'll change. Florent took this one away. A shot just wide. That one had some oomph on it from Jake Florent. Stick down by Lasser, and they're going to say high sticking there as Brunswick wasn't taking the puck away. And we'll have a face-off in front of Drew Johnson. 7:05 to go. A couple of saves here in this period from Patterson. Drew Johnson has been looking a little bored the last few minutes for Thorne Academy, as Brunswick has yet to get a shot in the last few minutes. We've hit the 7-minute mark. Again, TA getting a big goal from Kyle Lasser. That's what you get for never giving up on a play. Don't give up till you hear the whistle, and it worked for them. Now Florent entering the zone, going all the way around. He's still going. He's still controlling it. He's got some speed. Florent all the way around. He's just going around by himself in a circle. The pass in front for Pellerin. He waited until he had the right chance, and that's what he can do. You're just going through the motions there. Now behind is Garrett Countway. Brady Corson off both skates. He has to get it in time, and he does. Florent turns and finds a pass to Lasser, who was onside. Oh, what a move by Lasser, but great defense there from Patterson. I believe he got a skate on the puck. This will be an icing on Brunswick. That icing is brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream. If you need a ice cream cart for any of your event needs, whether that be a birthday, a bar mitzvah, a wedding, or even if you just want an ice cream cart when you're at home and it's hot in the summer, or maybe you just want ice cream in the winter. Who knows? You pick. You can have it whenever you want for Top It Mobile Ice Cream. You can find more information at www.topitonthego.com. We're proud to have Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart as a halftime sponsor for basketball and an icing sponsor for the hockey games. And we do appreciate all of our sponsors: Saco Biddeford Savings, Paquin and Carroll Insurance, and the Webb Family Law Firm, who have stuck with us for the last year and a half or so. Their sponsorships help us make these broadcasts better than ever here on TATV. Offsides on Brunswick. It'll be a face-off now on the dot, closest to the fans. Second line out for TA, first line out for the Brunswick Dragons. This one sent by Tatum, skidding around the boards, and Stern Hayes is there to get it. It's tipped over the shoulder of Drew Johnson, and A.J. Wolverton got a stick on the ice, and Brunswick ties the game with 5:34 to go in the second period. What a goal there from Wolverton with a great tip. Not much Johnson's going to do there over the shoulder on the close side. The shot came from Stern Hayes. Looks like Wolverton will be credited with it. We'll wait to see from Don Bodette if he did get the stick on it. It looked like it had gotten tipped, change of direction on the puck. So Brunswick needed some offensive spark, needed some momentum. They got it there from their top goal scorer, A.J. Wolverton. If that counts in his name, it'll be his 12th of the season, his 23rd point. McLean clears it out to Bodette. And now to Bergeron. Bergeron with some speed. Trying to get by Tatum. He'll just throw it right on the keeper. And Patterson will hold in his pads. Stern Hayes giving a check to Bodette after the play. Yes, it'll be to A.J. Wolverton. Wolverton, 23 points in 10 games. Here's Marcotte. Corson over to Florent. Florent will pass it over to Marcotte, back to Brady Corson, back to Marcotte, playing it kind of like a power play here. Here's Brady Corson. He'll shoot. Tipped off the stick of number 12, Logan Rosignol. And Patterson saw the puck changing directions and recovered in time to make the save. 4:54 to go, tied up now. Both teams now looking for the tie-breaking goal. Now behind is Ethan Patterson. He gets it and he'll spin it back to his defensive partner. That's Brady LaForge, a junior. Brunswick lost a lot of seniors from last year's team, state championship winning team, but still have rostered a fantastic team this year. Patterson will hold as the puck bounced off a couple of players and went in a tough direction. Here's Gavin Pellerin behind the net. Pellerin, good stick work, but taken away now by Garrett Countway. Then Patterson behind Luke Patterson. Tried to pass and he got it forward to Garrett Countway. Almost a chance for a breakaway there. Florent tried to stick it down. Couldn't get there in time. This one's off the stick of Ethan Zavitz, so no icing. Florent has it. Good turn. Caught the player looking. Now here's Cam Sear. The pressure did not allow him to hold on to it. Now here goes Hubbard, a shot, a save by Patterson. The rebound, Hubbard couldn't get onto it. Now here's Brady Corson off to Jake Florent. Florent puts it into the zone. Brady Corson didn't go the way Florent thought he was going to. Florent keeps it in, but sticked forward. And 6 men on the ice. That's going to be on. It's going to be on Thorne Academy. Refs just talking to the TA players. I think like some of the players did not know that the penalty was called. I'm still waiting to hear see what's going on. And Cam Sears going to the box and he's confused. Power play coming up for Brunswick. 5-on-4, 6 men on the ice. That's one too many. It'll be a face-off in front of Drew Johnson now, the first power play of the day for the Brunswick Dragons. Shout out to Josh Pulsifer for this great graphic he made for the power play. It does take a lot of time to get these graphics together, so we do appreciate that. Bodette had a chance there for a shorthanded breakaway, but a defensive stop from Brady LaForge. Now entering the zone. Here is Max Stadnicki. A shot comes in from Stern Hayes. It was wide, and Bodette will flip it high. That was a sauce. The puck did not bounce one bit. Good move there by Wolverton, but Bodette stood strong. Under 3 minutes to go. 1:15 to go on the power play. He has kept it mostly in the neutral zone, but now here goes Nick Morrow. Morrow cuts through a shot and sticked wide by Drew Johnson. Great reaction save by the TA goalkeeper. Pecora goes down, and he's checked afterwards by Stern Hayes, but the puck was cleared out of the zone. That's all that matters. 2:25 to go. Ethan Patterson drops it behind Luke Patterson. Here's Nick Morrow. Morrow off the stick of a TA player, and Lasser will just dump it back in. And not many opportunities. The only shot coming from Nick Morrow on Drew Johnson. One shot power play so far. Now here goes Ethan Patterson. His shot could have gotten tipped as Florent threw him to the side after. Behind the net, good play. Max Stadnicki could not hold on to it. Florent goes down, and we have a call here on the ice. Oh, stoppage of play. Net came off. It's Pegs. We'd like to call around the grounds here, looking at some of the other scores in recent days for Thorne Academy. Girls basketball won last night, 64-30 They dominated the Gorham Rams on the Hoops for Hope night. They always seem to play pretty well on the Hoops for Hope event and game. The boys team played Gorham this afternoon. They lost 59-52. Some confusion on the line change by Brunswick. So TA, the boys team, falls to 10-2. I see 11-2. They won 1-1 against Gorham this year. Here's Ethan Patterson on the power play. Brady Corson, so a 5-on-3 now for 8 seconds. Here's a chance for a shot. This one came in. Blocking it was Kyle Lassard. It's cleared out of the zone. Here goes Lucas Hubbard. And cleared out by Heath McLean. I did not know there was a 5-on-3 call. Brady Corson got a penalty. So back to a 5-on-4 now as the 5-on-3 lasted just about 10 seconds. TA with great penalty kills so far. This penalty and power play will go just about 9 seconds over into the third period. Now entering the zone, here's Brady LaFord. Drops it back for Stern Hayes. His shot is wide. It's going to bounce on the far side, and great move by Jake Marcotte. Now here goes Kyle Lassard. Lassard entering the zone. Lassard shoots. It's just wide on the far side. Marcotte with a great move to keep that as an offensive play. Now Lassard out in front for Bodette. He whiffed on it. 34 seconds. Now a chance for a 3-on-2. Odd man rush. Here goes A.J. Wolverton. Goes to the left side. Wolverton trying to get it in front, and he could not. A rebound chance was wide for Max Dunnicki. Lots of action right now. Down to 20 seconds. Puck is in the corner. Out in front. Wolverton gets it first. Wolverton can't get a shot off. It's blocked on the ice in the far corner. Wolverton drops it off. Trying to clear the zone. Stern Hayes trying to get a move on. They'll give it to Wolverton. 3 seconds left. Wolverton not going to try to shoot. Puts it off the outside of the netting, and that'll do it for the second period. Back and forth action. Couple of extra penalties. And that'll do for the period. There's some talking between the teams here as they go off to their benches. And does anybody will come on? So we'll take a break here on TATV. We'll be back for some thoughts in this exciting game in the third period of action. Stick with us.
Hey, Dan, how's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
I chose to attend TAMS because it was a change of scenery. It was a much smaller school.
Because of the amazing teachers.
How small it is and the community about it and how everybody knows each other.
You can know all the kids here, so it makes it much more easier to make friends.
They just get you ready for high school.
TAMS is special.
TAMS is amazing.
TAMS is fabulous.
TAMS is fun.
TAMS feels like a family.
We are back here on TATV. Thorn Academy 1, Brunswick 1. It's going to be a big third period. We got a little bit to talk about before we get into it. I'm Zach Taranko here with Josh Pulsfer and Troy Bolduck on TATV, bringing you the boys varsity matchup between Thorn Academy and Brunswick in that second period. The only goal was scored by Brunswick. It was A.J. Wolverton on a tip. The shot came from Stern Hayes and went right over the shoulder of Drew Johnson. Both goalies had a great game so far, a couple of big saves. It's been a chippy game. Both teams are definitely putting the physical game at the forefront of their game plan. And both teams are looking to get this one going. The clock says 14:50. Oh, there it is. 14:55. Then it says 15. So just a little confused about what was going on there. But here we go. Exciting third period coming up. Here comes the penalty. So 8 seconds left on the Brady Corson penalty. TA going right to left on your screen now, and Brunswick going left to right. No icing, Heath McLean. Out goes Shane Bergeron. Bodette, it's off the skate of Ethan Patterson. Now here's Brady LaForge. Back in his own zone. Here's Heath McLean and Hubbard playing pass back and forth. Now here's Bodette. Bodette will take it out. He's sticked from behind by Wolverton, but he still is able to enter the zone. Great job there by Bodette. Pecora now behind. Some may have heard the Pecora name before. Former TA student, now at NYA, Nolan Pecora, Brady's older brother. He's having a great year at NYA for the hockey team. Here's Stern Hayes, put it too far for Morrow, and then trying to get it back to Stern Hayes. Here's Wolverton, looking for a shot. Now here's Morrow with the shot there. Blocked by Pecora and out of play. 14:01 to go. This could come down to a big goal. And who can keep momentum here? Both teams have had momentum in this game, have played better at certain times. Overall, it's been really back and forth, lots of neutral zone play. And only a few big chances for either team. In front of Jake Florent. He'll be able to clear it out now. Lassar over to Gavin Pellerin. Pellerin, great move to evade the check, but he goes down on the ice. It's now under Pellerin. Lassar gives it out to Jake Florent. Florent's in his skate. He'll put it on net. Patterson makes the save and slides to the side, and he will hold. Pellerin, a junior on this team. 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points this season. He's second in points behind Kyle Lassar, who has had 19 coming to this game, has 20 now with the goal scored in the first period. Give a shout out to some people watching on Facebook. Jeff Christianberry watching from Port Charlotte again. And he really was sticking it to us because he said it's a crisp 68 or 69 degrees. And yeah, we know he's throwing us some shade here because it is not only cold in this arena, but it's very cold in Saco, Maine, and Biddeford, Maine. We also had somebody saying that we love TATV and want to just thank them for their support. We love doing these games, even when it's super cold. Although it is kind of my fault, I did not wear a jacket today. Troy and Josh did, and they must be pretty warm right now. I am a little bit chilly. Big check there from Braden Duhane. Marcotte. Checked by Tatum, and then Brunswick will flip the puck into TA's end. Duhane back to recover the puck. Almost couldn't find it in his skates. Florent back to Duhane. Now Florent to Marcotte. The outlet pass, Marcotte's checked hard there. And they're gonna say high stick. It's a high sticking call on Ethan Patterson. Looks like he caught Marcotte up high, and so TA's on to the power play. 12:41 to go. Big opportunity for TA now. Their power play has had some trouble getting going in games. Sometimes they can find the shots, sometimes they can't. We'll see what they can do here. Face off between Wolverton and LeSueur, won by Wolverton, and then Brunswick immediately clears. McLean will recover the puck behind Drew Johnson and take it out now. He'll send an outlet pass to LeSueur, who couldn't hold on to it initially, and then Beaudet was racing in for it. Evan Beaudet tries to find the pass, will go around the net, and he will now set it up. Here's Heath McLean. He'll shoot. McLean, it's high and off the netting. Out of play. 1:36 to go on the power play. Thorn Academy. The big opportunity here to score and take the lead back. Good crowd on hand today. Solid fan section for Thorn Academy. Sometimes it's hard to do a doubleheader because there was, again, that boys basketball game versus Gorham at 1 p.m. I know the crowd on hand for that one was very good, as it was a good big matchup. Gorham got the better hand of Thorn Academy. In that one, they won 59-52. Wolverton was looking for the outlet pass, short-handed. Now Bergeron over to Heath McLean. McLean back to Hubbard. Hubbard is going to shoot. I thought again. Here's now LeSueur. LeSueur will put one on net. A save the rebound, Beaudet. It's wide. Tatum is the first one to it. Bergeron trying to keep it in. It's off the stick of Nick Morrow, and Morrow will go to the bench. Both teams will, just Brunswick will change. Thought Tia was going to change it there with the opportunity, but now LeSueur with some speed. LeSueur enters the zone. He will fake a cutback. Great move. Had the defender looking. He slows down. Puts it off the board. Stern Hayes is still out there. Here's Beaudet. Leaves it off for Hubbard. Now to Heath McLean. McLean circling around. Now to Shane Bergeron. Bergeron shoots. And a save with the glove by Luke Patterson. It went behind the net. Couldn't hold on to it. Stern Hayes wins it and clears it off the stick of Lucas Hubbard. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Hubbard trying to stop on James Bowen. Here's Marcotte, 4 seconds left. Brady Pecora will enter the zone with it, and then Brunswick will go back. Here's a chance for Pecora, shoots from the side. Good opportunity there with a save by Luke Patterson. Now Pecora, 5-on-5 hockey. Florent takes a step. Good move by Florent. Will try a shot from the side. He tries to stick handle, and he couldn't get a shot off in time. But the big man, Jake Florent, tallest guy on this TA team, stick handles like anybody else. That's why he's such a dynamic player. Again, 5 assists this season. Has provided the physical aspect of this game. And that'll be an icing on Brunswick. This icing brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. For any of your dessert event needs. Talked about this last night on the broadcast. We're going to need to get some Top It ice cream up here at some point, whether it be here for a hockey game or whether it be in the gym. I think the gym would be a better place just because it's so hot in the gym. And you know, who wants to eat cold ice cream in a cold arena? But it will be a treat when we get to have some Top It Mobile ice cream. There's now Nick Morrow, cross-ice pass to Stern Hayes. Hayes is checked by Bergeron, but he still ends up in the behind the net with the puck. Good move there by Wolverton. Turns with it. Wolverton. Brady Corson. Great defense there. Dropped his stick and still had it. And Jake Florent now lays a check on Stern Hayes. Stern Hayes has his skate lodged in with Florent. And the two of them are talking now as they skate into the Brunswick end. Here's Ethan Patterson. Brady Pecora fell down. Pecora is now in the play as Beaudet had put it back in behind Luke Patterson. Shane Bergeron. Look, Brady Pecora might have a broken skate there as he falls down for the second time in a row, but he seems to be okay. And then he lays a big check on Wolverton. Now here's Jake Florent looking to get a shot off. Florent will just throw it in the net as he's checked hard and then goes down into the Brunswick bench. Beaudet is still in the play now. TA changes a few players. And then Gavin Court is out in front with it, but he couldn't control the puck. Evan Beaudet is being hit down multiple times by the Brunswick players. Gavin Corson, good stick lift, and then a huge check on Brady Corson by Nick Morrow. And the physical game is definitely becomes the biggest factor for both teams now as they are going at it, laying back-to-back checks. Brady Corson now behind his own net, 8:18 to go. Corson tried to fake the move on Garrett Countway, but Countway stayed with him. Now Alex Alonso. Behind that is Gavin Corson. Corson gets out of the check. Alonso kept in by Tatum. They're going to say he was offside. Tatum a little bit confused there with that call, but no matter. There's offsides now. Face off on the far red dot. Here's Gavin Pellerin. Pellerin turning. Now here's Kyle Lasser. Lasser, good move. And he's trying to get around Sid Poles now. Stick battle between the two. Poles is on the ice. Marcotte gives it back to Heath McLean. McLean across to Hubbard. Hubbard will shoot. Save on the pad by Patterson. That was off the left pad of Luke Patterson, and then it's back on to the post where Patterson had his pad there even before the shot came off. He'll hold with his glove, and a face-off now in front of the Brunswick netminder. 7:36 to go in the third period. Still tied up at 1. And the closer third period comes to an end, the closer we are to overtime. TA's not played an overtime game this year. Jacob Marcotte off his leg and wide of the net. Hubbard is checked, but he was able to get to Pellerin in time. Brunswick takes this one away, and now here they go. Trying to get the puck. Sent in behind. Here's a chance for Kennedy Eddy. Ends up with Brady LaForge. Wolverton's on the ice with Reeves and Sternhays. Here's Marcotte. Good move by Jacob Marcotte, but he lost it. Sternhays gets it out of the defensive zone for the final player to come on. Now Jacob Marcotte with a chance for a shot, and a great stick save there from Luke Patterson. Got it there in time as Marcotte was looking for the far post. Brady LaForge and Marcotte battling for the puck in the far corner. Again, tough angle here. We do apologize. Getting it behind is Lasser. Tried to put it out in front for Marcotte. He couldn't get there in time. Now here goes Nick Morrow. Morrow with speed. McLean misses the check. Here goes Morrow in front. And a save by Drew Johnson. Johnson kept his positioning, and it worked out for him there. Great save by the TA goalkeeper. But now Brunswick's back on offense. Hubbard will clear. And they said it was tipped. Didn't look like it was tipped from up here. The broadcast booth. It's a mouth guard on the ice. I lost the sight of it. Someone hit it with their stick out of play. Now Brady Corson has it. Corson to Jake Florent. Florent with some space. He will fire a shot. Blockered aside by Luke Patterson. Florent falls on the puck. Pecora behind the net. Interesting thing I'm seeing here is this puck is sent all the way down to Johnson. Johnson will cover. The interesting thing I'm seeing here is that a lot of TA players have what is referred to as a fishbowl, where you have a clear visor that goes the full face, whereas only a few players have cages, and Brunswick was trying to change. Jimmy Gagnon not happy with that. Brunswick coach trying to change his players off when there isn't a change allowed. And 5:25 to go. So Patterson will stay out there with Brady LaForge on defense. Cam Sear gets to it. LaForge tips it away from the possession of Cam Sear. Here's now Cam Sear. Getting around LaForge. Sear put it in front to Alonso. He couldn't hold on to it. Now here's Ethan Patterson. A great save there by Patterson. Sear was in front, couldn't get to it in time. That pass intended for Max Stadnicki from James Bowen was too far, and Drew Johnson will hold. 4:48 to go, 1-1 tie game. Can we look at TA so far this year? They started undefeated. They had won 5, I think it was actually 6 games. They were 6-0, lost to Falmouth 5-2. Won 3 more. We're 9-1, and then they lost Thursday to Falmouth again. Now here it goes, Marcotte with speed. He's got Pellerin. He tries to find Pellerin and got tipped off of the skate of Sid Poles. Poles, the right spot there for that one. Jacob Marcotte, one of the fastest skaters on this team. This year, 5 goals, 4 assists. Tipped out of the zone by Garrett Countway. Hubbard got to it first. Pellerin with the stick. Both teams can't seem to get full control right now. No icing. Here is McLean. McLean to Lasser. Lasser looking for Marcotte. Couldn't find the correct lane, so he will take it himself. Good movement by Kyle Lasser. Drops it off for Pellerin. Pellerin couldn't control it. And now here goes Countway. Countway, good defense by Hubbard. And then a hard shot off the back glass by Kennedy Eddy. McLean takes a check from Stern Hayes, but he dumped it into the zone in time. Patterson leaves it for his defenseman, Ethan Patterson. Patterson sends that one off the boards, and it will go all the way down. I'm not sure who he was passing to, but he found nobody. That'll be an icing. This one brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. The only thing colder than Top It Mobile Ice Cream is the ice. And if you don't believe us, we fact-checked it. We went down there, we tested the temperature, of ice cream, and I can promise you, the ice is colder. Shot comes from Florent. Never really got on net. Now here goes Nick Morrow. Morrow with speed. Brady Corson with a great stick check, and then had the hip check as well to add to it. He's trying to clear the zone. Morrow, it's onside. Good defense there from Brady Pecora. Patterson put it towards Stern Hayes, but he was offside. Here's Florent off the boards, and that's going to go all the way down for another icing. Exactly 3 minutes to go. Again, I want to thank you all for watching here on TATV. I'm Zach Tarenko with Josh Pulsver and Troy Bolduck, weathering the cold temperatures here at Biddeford Ice Arena. Shout out to Cole Purvis, who I'm assuming finishes track meet as he was watching our stream just a little while ago. Hope he did well in his events. Here's Wolverton behind the net. Wolverton. Here's Florent. Backhand. Sent it out of the zone. And Ethan Patterson sticked aside by Drew Johnson. Brunswick was in a full change. And then the shot came in from Lasser, got blocked down. Jake Florent didn't get it to Lasser in time. That was almost a chance for a great offensive opportunity. Marcotte sticks it into the boards behind Brunswick's end. Brady Corson trying to get to the puck first. They got to call it icing. Max Stadnicki was in pursuit. Now exactly 2 minutes to go in the third period. Look at that luck. There'll be a face-off in front of Luke Patterson. He's had a fantastic game. Same for Drew Johnson. If you're just joining us, so you missed the goals. First one came from Lasser in the first period. Bounced over the goalie. Did not give up on the play. And then in the second, AJ Wolverton tipped one in for his 12th of the season. Lasser had his 7th of the season in the first. High sticking. And we'll go to a face-off in front of Johnson now. We'll go to second line for Thornton Academy, and the first line for Brunswick. Wolverton will face off against Brady Pecora. Wolverton won it, and then it got tipped off of Brady Pecora, and then Wolverton tried to get a rebound. Wolverton put an extra stick in there. Wolverton was not happy. Now there was Hubbard. 1:45 to go. Here's Pecora. McLean ends up with it. He will stop behind the net and then go off the boards to Bodette. Bodette clears the zone, but then Tatum put it right back in, trying to apply more pressure to Thorne Academy. Here's Hubbard off the glass and down for Sid Poles. Sid Poles off the boards, but Pecora got there first, and Pecora tries to put it in the zone. Now here goes Brunswick at the red line, picked up by Morrow. Good defense by Brady Pecora. McLean out to Bodette. Now a chance for Morrow, who was the first to it, went wide of the post. Now behind is Stern Hayes. Thank you, Don Bodette. Last minute of play. Brady Pecora. Back to Heath McLean. He will send that one down. Was looking for Bodette. Couldn't get there in time. That'll be an icing. Brought to you by Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart. The only thing colder than Top It Mobile Ice Cream is the Jacksonville Jaguars' playoff chances at this point in the game, as they are losing heavily. They lost. Oh, Troy, thank you for reminding me, Troy. They lost to Kansas City. That game, I believe, started at 4:30, so I would assume that it's the end at this time. So Kansas City moving on to the AFC Championship. Looking for Lasar across to Marcotte. His shot is wide. Marcotte had a great chance on it the one time. Put back, and it was just wide. Patterson had his glove there too, but wow, big opportunity for Thorne Academy. Marcotte went sliding into the boards. Not sure if there's a call there. There is not, so we'll stay 5-on-5. We have a timeout called by Brunswick. We'll keep it here. 30.4 seconds to go. Thorne Academy and Brunswick are 30.4 seconds away from going to overtime. Our first overtime broadcast of the year, if it gets there. So again, Kyle Lasur scored the first goal in the first period, and then it was A.J. Wolverton with the tip in the second, and in the third it's been just back and forth play. Great games from Drew Johnson and Luke Patterson. Both goalies having fantastic performances with a couple of big saves for each of them. Again, Porter Krause played against Falmouth in that loss on Thursday. The two of them have been playing more of a 1A, 1B goalie type situation rather than a starter and a backup, as Johnson has played 6 games and Krause has played 5 games. Timeout is over. Pecora and Wolverton. 30.4 seconds to go. TA's in the offensive zone. Face-off won by Brunswick, and then trying to clear the zone. Pecora jumped up to get it, but he fell when he jumped. Now here goes Wolverton. Great stick there by Lucas Hubbard. Stopped that one from going, and now Pecora jumps to keep it onside, and a shot comes in from Lasur, padded to the side. Here's Stern Hayes. Behind the net, here's Patterson. Patterson looking to clear the puck. Lasur with great defense and positioning. Now Bodette going to the corner to fight Stern Hayes with it, and Stern Hayes is going to hold on the boards. He wants to go to overtime. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll do it. So Brunswick and Thorne Academy hockey is headed to overtime. After this short break on TATV, we'll be back for overtime.
Hey, Dan, how's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Right over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
I chose to attend TAMS because it was a change of scenery. It was a much smaller school.
Because of the amazing teachers.
How small it is and the community about it and how everybody knows each other.
You can know all the kids here, so it makes it much more easier to make friends.
They just get you ready for high school.
TAMS is special.
TAMS is amazing.
TAMS is fabulous.
TAMS is fun.
TAMS feels like a family.
We are back here on TATV, heading into overtime. 8 minutes of overtime hockey. And if I am correct, we will end in a tie if neither team can score in 8 minutes. Which, in my opinion, is not a good way to end the game, but a tie it is. 8 minutes of overtime hockey. Brunswick wins the faceoff. They're now going right to left on your screen. TA going left to right. As both teams are looking for the game-winning goal now, as we are in sudden death overtime. Here's Stern Hayes with it. On the side, Hubbard sent it back into the zone. And Patterson may have tapped it with a stick. We're not sure. It was cleared anyways. Hubbard got to Alex Alonso. Stern Hayes checks Alonso. Here goes Wolverton. Wolverton shoots. It got tipped by Heath McLean. Never even made it on frame. Now with it is Evan Bodette. Kept in by Nick Morrow. Wolverton trying to go towards the net with it. McLean is able to put it to the side, but doesn't have full control now. He's trying to flip it by Wolverton. Wolverton has it, looks at a pass in front. McLean just putting to the side and clearing, and that one's going to go off the boards and go all the way down for an icing. That icing is brought to you by Toppet Mobile Ice Cream Cart. As both teams will have a full change. Second line out for Brunswick. First line out for the Trojans. LeSueur will face off against Jake Reeves. Won by Brunswick. Tatum towards the net. No one can get control, and now here's Pellerin. Brady Corson sends it around for Marcotte. Marcotte, great move, but gave it right out in front. And Pellerin ends up with it. Pellerin now to LeSueur. 3-on-2. Pellerin in front. Goes wide of the post. Back for it is Garrett Countway. Pellerin looking to grab the puck. Here is Sid Poles. Sid Poles clears it down to the red line where Brady Corson is waiting to retrieve. Corson to Florent. Now back to Corson. Corson then back to Florent. Florent with space. He lost control of it, but no one in the area. So he can easily send it out to Pellerin, who miscontrolled the puck. And it's sent down behind Drew Johnson. Florent is the defender back. Florent. Good move. Another great move. And finds Marcotte just out of his reach. Tough pass there. Brady Corson is there to follow it up. He's checked hard into the boards by number 16, Jake Reeves. Now here goes Brady Corson. Trying to send it in the zone. Corson still going with it. Brady Corson to the net. The shot. It's a save. Jacob Marcotte got the shot there. Marcotte keeping in the zone. Finds Pellerin. Pellerin, good move. The backhand. The pass was looking to LeSueur. LeSueur couldn't seem to get there. And now here's speed. A.J. Wolverton, great move. Another great move. Wolverton shoots and he scores. A.J. Wolverton. The puck got stuck behind the bar. A.J. Wolverton with a fantastic shot after two great moves, and Thorne Academy falls in overtime to the Brunswick Dragons. A 2-1 overtime victory. What a shot there by Wolverton. Not even the shot, but both moves. Just went through the legs of a defender and then cut back and put that one by Drew Johnson. That's why Wolverton is the best player on this Brunswick team. And that was goal number 13 for Wolverton. He has 24 points in the season. Brunswick is going to move on to 9-0-1 after this overtime victory. Thorne Academy will fall to 9-3. A great game for both teams here on TATV. Kyle LeSueur, the goal scorer for the Trojans. Wolverton had both for the Brunswick Dragons. TA, definitely a better game in that loss versus on Thursday to Falmouth, but still not the result they wanted at this points. Thornton Academy still up top as one of the top teams in Class A, so still will have a good position in the standings. But that is going to do it here from Biddeford Ice Arena and on TATV. I'm Zach Tarenko. With Josh Pulsfer and Troy Wood, let's say thank you for watching. Again, final score, Thornton Academy 1, Brunswick 2. Brunswick wins in overtime. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week.